Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review of the anime Fooly Cooly Progressive, and I didn't really enjoy this one. It's really kind of strange. I enjoyed the first season of Fooly Cooly more than this one because, well, granted, it has been about 18 years, roughly, since the first one, so that's a long time to do a sequel, and it didn't have the same kind of feel as the first one. It definitely felt like it was trying to capture the same kind of elements, the same kind of chemistry, and failing. Sometimes shows and things come along that you just cannot replicate. And this is the unfortunate attempt of trying to replicate Fooly Cooly and not working out. It feels like an anime trying to emulate it and failing, because the thing that made the first Fooly Cooly work is that it kind of captured that kind of essence of timelessness of youth. This one tried to just do the youth of today and stuff like that and throw in references to today and not organically having it in there, if that makes sense. One kid's wearing a skirt in class. That's a dude. And it's unisex and stop staring at my junk. I'm like, okay. It's mainly not that that joke is in there. It's just that it's just in there. It just exists. It doesn't feel like it's coming out of anything. That's about the depth of the characterization of that character. He's pretty much used for jokes, and there's no character depth to him. His other friend, Ide, is brought along, but the main thing is there isn't really an anchor character in this series, kind of like Naota in the first one. Hidomi is supposed to be, but they even screwed that up. Because I understand what they were trying to go with. Hidomi has pretty much shut herself off from the world and tries to close up any feelings or any kind of reaction. She doesn't want anything. She doesn't want to be anything. She kind of doesn't care about anything, which would have been great to be explored, but it's not really explored in that much depth, because she goes from that through the 6-episode arc of losing her headphones because they were evidently, I don't even know, controlling her NO powers or whatnot. I don't even know how she was really truly linked to Adamusk to begin with, because that's brought back into effect. Haruko was their teacher for some reason, and she's trying to get to Adamusk, but there's this other one, Jinyu, who's trying to stop her, and the only inklings that we get about what their relationship is the ending part, which shows Haruko attempting to contain Adamusk, but getting split into two people, and that's Haruko and Jinyu. And it's okay, but none of that really is explained or gone through in the actual series. We get just weird off gags that really don't connect, and it's like, alright, I understand that that's trying to be funny, but whatever. Because Haruko's trying to preach about what's going on with the youth and everything, and adults and not trusting adults, but then towards the end of the series she calls Hidomi a child for just asking, or demanding what she wants, even though Haruko is demanding to control Adamusk, the one that she loves. And I understand if it's trying to be done like that, oh, they're not really that different. But even though Hidomi has grown different and she's actually expressing wants and desires, and she was trying to do that in a more calm manner before you were doing your weird things that Ide somehow got sucked into. I don't know. It was really really weird, and not in a good way. Poor execution, weird animation styles, and I don't mind weird animation styles coming on, but it just was, it didn't really draw me in, the animation style. Now granted, I'm not saying it's objectively bad, Okay? It's pretty nice. It's just, I'm going, okay, it just looks kind of about everything else. There was a kind of, I don't know, a grittiness and a texture to the first Fooly Cooley's kind of animation style that you're like, oh, okay. You know when people talk about like taste and textures of food and why people either like them or dislike them? That's kind of what I felt when I was watching the first Fooly Cooley's season. This one is just like, oh, okay, I've kind of seen this kind of style in other ones that have been either done better or draw me in through like how the animation connects me with the world that's going on. It just didn't feel like it connected me with this one. Even though there's some pretty kick-ass stuff with like Adamusk and everything towards the end, it was just like, okay, I've kind of seen other kind of stuff. The real interesting stuff that came into effect was like Hidomi's dreams and stuff like that. Like when she's like surrounded by all this death and destruction, has like that red horn and everything, that's a haunting kind of cool stuff. But when you're in the present day and dealing with everything going on with the cast of like pretty much no characters, the only ones that really get any kind of, I don't even say depth, character momentum to where they get to certain points is like Haruko, Hidomi, and Ide. Everybody else is like, okay, I mean, granted, the kid that wears the skirt gets a girl who turned into a plant and then became a girl again. That's it. He doesn't really learn anything. She doesn't really learn anything. Nobody really, it's really kind of strange. I understand that you can't develop all the characters at once, okay? That would be insane and would lead to fillers and completely bloat the plot. But when you have this giant cast of characters, well, it's not giant, but a bigger cast of characters, and you don't really focus on your anchor characters, which probably should have been Hidomi, Haruko, Jinyu. I even don't know why Ide was put in, to be honest with you. Those three should have been the anchor characters to do stuff around. If not all three of them, at least Hidomi, because Naota is the one that really was the anchor character for the first one. And that is how they were able to draw on the other ones and get their character development and character depth to the extent that 6 episodes could do. This one, I just felt, okay, all these characters went through the plot. I didn't feel like they grew with anything, they really learned anything. It was just like, okay, they went through this and this was the end, and they did weird episodes in between, like the beach episode. I'm going, okay, I understand you're trying to make fun of other beach episodes, but you're not even really, I've seen better beach episodes making fun of beach episodes than this beach episode. And I know that's a lot of beaches to be talked about, but I'm going, okay, if you're going to do something, try and execute it or do it in some kind of way that's original and kind of works towards your story. Otherwise, why are you doing it? So I was overall really kind of disappointed in this because it really felt like it was trying to recapture and emulate and be the second season of Fooly Cooley, and it failed in that because it didn't understand the craziness and zaniness, and it wasn't part of the people making it, if that makes sense. Whereas they were trying to copy it. Whenever you try and copy something like that, you usually have these kinds of results. So I didn't really like it, and it's not a badly made anime. You see Fooly Cooley, and of course you wait all this time. Now granted, I didn't see it when it first came out. Toonami reran it. I'm like, oh, okay, this should be interesting. Okay. I mainly just didn't really care. I mean, I've seen anime do better, I've seen anime do worse. And this one was kind of just like, if you're a fan of the first Fooly Cooley, I would actually pass on it. Unless you're like, I need to consume all Fooly Cooley. I'm like, okay, go for it. You won't really get much movement on any other characters. Haruko's the only one that really kind of pops up. We're of course going to get a third season coming on later this year, so I'll check that out and see how it goes. But I'm like, only watch it if you need something on in the background, or you're like, I am bored and I just want something to watch. It's serviceable. So, those are my opinions on the anime. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.